everyone, it's Bee here at Stitches and Blooms. You're very welcome. I hope that you are joining me today, and I don't know what it's outside like. I don't know what it's like outside near you, but it's like winter again here. Honestly, it's supposed to be spring. It's supposed to be spring and it's like blooming winter, honestly. Yesterday was shocking. It was like blowing a gale, raining. The rain was so heavy yesterday. So yeah, so that's the weather. That's the weather out of the way for today. Yes, like I say, you're very welcome. This is my little channel on YouTube, and my channel is all about, I suppose, well, it's about crafting, but at the moment it's definitely all about crochet. I learnt to crochet about 2.5 years ago. Yeah, maybe 20, could be getting on 3 years. Yeah, so 2.5 years definitely. And like I said before, I did try for quite a long time, for years, and I could never get the hang of it. I could basic knit, and I was okay. My mum taught me to knit when I was little, because she always knit. She was quite a very good knitter. She used to knit jumpers and that for her grandkids. But yeah, so I could never get the hang of crochet. And then a couple of years ago, I think it was either Play Hooky with Me or Hooked by Robin. It was definitely an American, well, you know, American terms that I learned crocheting. Yeah, so that's my really backstory really from crochet, and I just love it now. I can, you know, it's kind of taken over my life really. I just love it. I know this is just going to sound so corny, but I am hooked. I'm definitely hooked on crochet. Definitely, it's just, I just love it. I really do. I just think it's a lovely craft to just calm yourself. And like they say about crafts being good for your mental health. Oh, this. I can just sit and all. You just forget about everything, don't you, when you're crocheting? So that's a bit about my little crochet background. So today I've got a few finished things. There will be an insert of a video to show you the rabbit that I was making, because I had to gift it last Saturday. It's now Wednesday, so I had to gift it on Saturday. Yeah, so there will be an insert of that, and that was by Emma Varnam from her book Cute Crochet Animals, I think it was. Yeah, so I did finish the rabbit, so you will see some of that soon. I've also got another finished object, and I've got some new projects that I've got on the go. There's a whole basket full and bag full of whips down in my summer house, but at the moment these are what I've just started and what I'm concentrating on. So yeah, so I think what we'll do is I will link you to, I'll put the video in here that of my rabbit, and then I'll pretend that you've watched that. So this is the day before I'm doing a podcast. I just wanted to show you the little rabbit that I've done, because it's going to be gifted tonight, because we're going to go and see them, my friend's little girl. So this is the little, I think we're going to call her Mabel rabbit. I did want to give her last week when it was Easter, but I didn't get it finished in time. So this is her. She's quite big, isn't she? She's quite big. I think it's smaller than what they should be, because I think it should be about 12 inches, and I think it's probably about 8. So here she is, like, with all the glory. She's got a little handbag. She's got a little granny bag. Look. Oh, even that way. I might put it around that way actually. So it's got that at the front. There we go. She's beautiful. She's got a little granny handbag, and I've just put a little chocolate brownie in there for it as a gift. So she's got this green cardigan on, and she's got a little pink dress on. So she's got little buttons on there. Yeah, So her head's a bit wobbly, as you can see, but yeah, I really enjoyed making it, and it wasn't too bad. I think the arms I could have done with putting the arms further up here, nearer to the head, because the jacket doesn't quite fit properly on the shoulders that very much, but that's about it really. I think I followed everything else. I didn't do any shoes. I could have done some shoes, but I did try the shoes and they just didn't look right on, so I didn't do them. So yeah, so this is the little bunny rabbit that I was doing, and it's all finished now to be able to give to my friend's little girl for Easter, and even though it's a bit late, but there we go. So yeah, so I love it. I think it's cute. I love the colours. This was done in Yarn Art Luxor. It's a Giza cotton, and I did it with a 3.5. I think in the pattern, it's done with a Debbie Bliss baby cashmerino, and also with a size 4 hook, but I just thought that was going to be too big really. So yeah, I just love her. I think she's great. The jacket I've done not that great, it's not right, but it should have had a collar on it on the one that I was going to do, but I didn't do it properly. I just did a single crochet border around, and then added these buttons. As you can see, the buttons. Yeah, the buttons aren't great. They're not that straight, are they? But it's not too bad. It's my second attempt at amigurumi, so I'm quite pleased with how she's turned out. Yeah, it's Mabel. So this was taken from Cute Crocheted. I hope you can see that. Yeah, the sun is shining. So it's Cute Crocheted Animals by Emma Varnam, and I did show you this in the last podcast. And this is the bunny rabbit that I've done here. So this was this is on Kindle, so I don't think it's actually got Emma Varnam's name on that one. There we go. So it's got a name at the bottom there, Emma Varnam. And like I said, there's about 5 characters that you can make. A boy one and a girl one. Yeah. So there's a rabbit, there's a fox, a bear, a mouse, and a cat. So I did the bunny rabbit. So yeah. So she's there at the back. Where is she? She's there at the back. So on this one, she has got a hat on and stuff, but I didn't do that either. I probably would have done if I'd have had more time, but yeah. So yeah, so that's the book that I got, that I've made it from. And probably, as you can see in this one, compared to mine, I think that the snout is maybe a little bit more, I don't know. The snout's maybe a little bit more pronounced on Emma's, but yeah, like I say, it's a second go at amigurumi, and I enjoyed it. I learnt some things. Yeah, and then oops, that was my iPad, my tablet, and as you can see, she's got a knickers on as well. So it's all in one. So you kind of do it from. Did I do it from the legs up? I can't remember now. Yeah, from the legs up. So your legs up, and then you join, and then you do the body. So it's not, these aren't sewn on, these are actually joined here at the bottom, the legs. So you join them, you do the 2 legs, and then you join on there. So yeah, so there was a few new things there to figure out. And like I say, I think I'll just take it off. I do think that I should have done the arms, because the arms were attached, and I do think I should have done the arms a little bit further up up here. I think the arms, and there should have been some buttons on here, but I just did the straps on a dress. But I think these arms should have been better up here. I think I've done them too low down, so maybe if they'd have been up here, they'd have come down, and the jacket might have fitted a little bit better around the collar. But yeah, but that was the dress as well, so that's a little dress. It's lovely, isn't it? So cute, and it was so easy to do, it really was. So I'll put her head forward. Yeah, So I'll just show you that, and then we'll hopefully get back to the podcast. And yeah, so thank you. And I'll carry on with the rest of the podcast tomorrow. So yeah, so what did you think of the rabbit? It was a really nice project to do. It was a different, like I say, I've only done 2 amigurumis. Well, I've done like the little flower amigurumis, which aren't really difficult. But this was my second biggish amigurumi, and I really enjoyed it. There was a couple of things that I went wrong on, that I'd probably do differently. Like I said, the arms, I should have sewed them up a little bit further, I think. But when I gifted it to my friend's little girl on Saturday, we went to babysitter, and straight away the coat came off, and then we proceeded to play a little game called What's in the Bag, in which, you know, the little brownie slice that I'd put in the bag came out, and we were just hiding things in the bag, and we had to guess what was in the bag. So the bag got more use than the doll, than the rabbit, than Mabel. We called her Mabel. But yeah, so yeah, she seemed to really like it. She's 4, so you know, there's lots of dollies and stuff about, isn't there? So, but yeah, she liked the bag more than anything. Yeah, so that was the rabbit. So the next thing, my next finished thing is, where have you gone? Here. Is I did some bunting. I made some bunting, and my I did these flowers quite a while ago, probably about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and these are Picot flowers by Button Nose Crochet, and it's a free pattern. So if you put Button Nose Crochet in, Picot flower, P-I-C-O-T, because you've got the Picot stitch on the end. Yeah, these are, this pattern will come up. It's a free pattern, like I said, and this is just for the Picot. It's not for she doesn't make them into bunting, and hers are all in different, each round is a different colour, but I just did mine, and they were very easy to do. They really are easy to do. There's just lots of, you know, there's double crochets, you know, there's a few double crochet 2 together and things like that, but they're very easy to do. So yeah, so it's like a nice rainbow effect bunting, which I might put up in the summer house, or it might go up in, I might put them in my shed on my allotment. So there's a purple one. I just tried to do them in the kind of bit of a rainbow theme. So there's a purple, there's a blue, there's a green, there's a yellow, orangey red, and purple and pink. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. And I really enjoyed, and then this is just, it's just a chain, you know, it's just a chain, and then I've slip stitched into the picots and joined them here. It was 30 stitches, and then 10, and then 15, 10, 15, back to 30 at the end, and then I just did a loop with a slip stitch to put on, you know. And I've had it hung again. I have had it hung on my across my chimney place in the other room. We've got a brick chimney place, so I have had it there, and it just fits nicely actually. Yeah, so I do. It is. I've really enjoyed doing them. So yeah, so I'd highly recommend them if you want some nice bunting for the summer or something in your garden. It's a really easy project, and like I say, it was free. So yeah, so there you go. So that's another finished project. Woohoo! Go me! Yeah, so that was another one. What else? On Saturday day, I went to a crochet along, about half an hour from me. Sorry, I'm just going to have a slurp of my. Today I've got hot chocolate because it's horrible outside. Oh, it's so nice. Very nice. I went to a crochet along at a local, well, not really local, at a, it's a yarn, she's only been open about 5 weeks, I think. She's called Beth. It's the place is called Spin Doctors, and it's, if you live near Oldham, Ashton, It's in Mosley, which is like a little town, a little village. And she's in kind of an old mill. And I just saw it on Eventbrite and thought, oh, that sounds nice. It was a crochet along to make Sandra Paul's Nature Walk blanket. And it's been out since 2017, I think, this blanket. I'm sure you all know it. It's by Sandra Paul's Cherry Heart, and it's a free pattern. So you can make this beautiful blanket. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So nice. So this is the colourway that I'm doing, actually, the pinky one. Yeah, so Beth at Spin Doctors did this thing on Eventbrite, and basically you're buying the wool. It was £10.50 for 2 hours, and you get your wool. You can download your pattern yourself. You have to download the pattern yourself, and you are using a 3.5mm needle, a crochet hook, and the wool is sheep's stone washed. You get the ball of wool out, and you've got 3 balls of the wool. That's what you're paying the £10.50 for. So it was sheep's stone washed, and this one is yellow jasper. So each month, it's once a month that I'm going to go to this crochet along, and you get obviously a new colourway, and you work on a new part of the blanket. There are 6, I think it's 6. Yeah, there's 6 free pattern choices, squares that you can do. Not making that much sense there, am I? On the free pattern, there are 6 blocks to do. So, and they're all based around a walk that Sandra did. That's why it's called Nature's Walk. So they're all based on nature. So it's like, I don't know if I've talked, because I did start to do this. I just was using my stash yarn up. I can't speak again, can I? But I don't know if I actually talked about this before, because I had started it with some, like I say, with some yarn that was in my own stash. So yeah, but I don't think I've talked about it. Anyway, so this is, I'm doing this, and it was just lovely to meet other crocheters, because I don't really have any other groups. I don't have any other people that crochet in my life. I don't, you know, one of my sisters knits, but I don't have any other friends or anything that crochet. So it was just nice to go along and speak to other people who crochet and have a natter and things like that. And stupidly, I thought it was 1:30 to 3:30, and I got there and it didn't. It started at 1. I felt awful. I just felt awful, you know, because these other 3 ladies with Beth, you know, had started, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm walking into the middle of a thing here. But they were all so lovely, you know, and made me feel really welcome. So yeah, that was lovely. So this month we're working on leaves. Can you see the leaf pattern? So it's filet, is it filet crochet that you call this? And obviously I've got to block these yet, and you make 8 of these. Each free pattern you make 8 of. But there is also a bonus pattern. Can you see the leaves there? I think you can, can't you? There is a bonus pattern where you can buy another 6 blocks, and that was £3. So I might buy the 6 blocks, because I've done four of these, and I'm just thinking, have I got to do another 4? So I think if I did a different pattern, that's just the end of the work there. So I'm just thinking, if I did the different blocks, it might keep my interest. Not that I am enjoying it, I really am, but you need to really, you know, concentrate on it, because obviously there's a lot of, I'm working on the pattern. You get, it's a comprehensive pattern, it really is, the free one is. There's colour choices, there's obviously how much yarn you need, lots of tips and hints and things like that, and you get the written pattern. So each block, so this is leaves that we've just done, if you can see that. So this was Lee. So you get the written pattern. So I'm not showing anything because it's a free pattern. You can get it. So you get the written pattern, and you also get the diagram. So I've been working off the diagram pattern because I just found it easier. And I've also, so, sorry, I'm all over the place now with this. Let me start again. So each month we're going to be doing a different block of this pattern. So this one was leaves, and then we'll do another one next month, and so on and so on until September. And then we then do the border, I think. And I don't know if we're going to do the border together because we've not actually got a date for the border yet, but I presume that we might get together again for the border. I'm not sure. So yeah, so each month is a different pattern, and you get your 3 balls of different wool to go with that. Yeah, I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, so when I was doing this pattern, Sandra starts with I've just done different. I like to start with a magic ring, and Sandra has started with a chain 4 on her pattern. So I'd started with the magic ring because I don't like the chains. I'd rather do a magic ring. I just find it a lot easier to be able to go into. I can never find the centre, especially if there's only a small amount of stitches. I really find it difficult to then get the hook into those stitches, whereas when you do the magic ring, you can obviously make it bigger and you can see it better. So that's just my preference. And also, I remember when I did it last time, excuse me, the nose again has started. What is this about? I never have this nose, this sniffing when I'm just, maybe I do and I just don't realise, but hey ho. On her patterns, she starts with a chain 4. And I remember last time when I did this, when I started, it's a whip, like I say, somewhere in a bag, in the summer house, you know. Yeah, so when I started, and I remember that she starts with a chain 4, and I just didn't, for me, I didn't like how it started and ended. I don't know, I just found it a little bit cumbersome, and it just didn't fit right with me, because I'm used to, if you start with a double or a treble crochet for your first, you know, you start with 3 stitches, don't you? And then it was 2 for the corner. So I had that in my mind, but it wasn't, it was 4 stitches. So I just couldn't get it right anyway. So then I saw something on Instagram from Shelley Husband, who does The Cove, and she's done lots of books, hasn't she? She's done lots of different, I know her most recent one is The Cove, when he was at the Mayan or something. She's done lots of blankets, and I know she's done a granny square book as well. She's done lots. She's very, very, very talented lady. And she showed you, because she does a lot of the granny squares for her blankets and lots of different squares. She showed how to do the chainless start or false treble crochet or false double crochet, it's called. And it's instead of chaining. So I thought, oh, I'll give it a go, and I just love it. I think it's transformed how I make granny squares. So I think on this one I have, yeah, this is the chainless start in this corner. This is the and I found it so much easier to be able to finish and start the square off and start the next round off. And then on this one, I don't know if you can see, this is the chain 3. This was my first square that I did, and this is the chain 3. So you might not be able to see, can you see the chain 3s going up the side there? Whereas on this one, you really can't see, I don't think. You can't see any chains, you know, and unless you look really closely, I don't think you can see where I started or finished on that one. It's just a preference, it's just my preference. I've got it in my head now how to do it. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying that. I really am. It's made such a difference doing that chainless start. It really has. So yeah, And like I say, I think I will download, purchase the six bonus charts as well, so that I can then add that to the blanket, and then I'll do the next 4 of this colour in a different one from the 6 paid for. If you understand that, you're a better person than me. Okay, so that's another whip. And then the other thing that I've started is I had this Aldi chunky wool in my stash for, it must be 2 years then, because I think I got this when I first started crocheting, and you know, you don't know about, well, I still get acrylic yarn, I don't get anything really, I've not moved on to anything, you know, designer wool or, you know, independent yet really. I'm working my way up, but yeah, so this was in my stash, and I thought, and I did get it with the intention of doing a big chunky blanket, and it was Naughty, not Nauti, Nautikrall blanket, and it is on, you know, if you put Nautikrall blanket into your search, it will come up. Is that what the blanket's called? Or it might be Nautikrall Crochet that is the actual. If I can remember, I will put it in the links below if I actually find what it's called. And basically, it's like a sunburst kind of granny square. You know, you've got your circle, and then you square it off. So this is the so, and it's such chunky wool. Oh my goodness! So I thought, well, I better make it. I think I should start making it now, because if I try and do this in the summer, I'm not going to do it. And I just love the colours. I think the colours are so springy. So I think I've got 4 of this colour, 4 of this yellow colour. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then 4 of this colour. I did actually get, they did have this, I didn't buy this one originally, this colour. They had this one last time when they did their Aldi, a few months ago, when they did their Aldi yarn sale. This one, the grey, obviously, I've got this grey, and then I've got this green. So I've got more of the grey. I did buy more of the grey because I thought, well, that's what's going to go around the outside. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough of the grey, so that's why I'm leaving the green. I might do the squaring off in the green as well, so it'll be grey and green. I'm not sure. So yeah, so that's another thing, and it like I say, it's just a sunburst granny circle, and then I square it off with trebles and doubles. Yeah, so again, you can find any of those on thing, and it does crochet up quite nicely actually, and quickly. It's really quick, so that, you know, if I put my mind to it, I could probably get that done by the end of the week, but I probably won't. I won't put my mind to it. Yeah, so there are my whips and makes. Yeah, I think that was it for the makes and everything. So like I say, the cherry heart, I don't need to have that done till beginning of May. Those 8 squares, so I've already done, so I'm halfway through that. Like I say, I'm going to maybe purchase the others so it'll keep my interest a bit more, because I don't think I could do 8 squares of these. It is quite, you know, it's quite, not laborious, but you do have to concentrate, well, I have to concentrate anyway on those charts, because they're quite, you know, each round's different, so you do have to think. Yeah, and then the only next thing is that I'm reading this, The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley. I know I think it's Rachel and So Raimi Craft. She was asking for people to recommend books to her. Sorry, something just happened on the fence and I could see. To recommend books that she was kind of in a bit of a book slump, and a lot of people had recommended this Seven Sisters, and it is a big book. Look at that. And then apparently there's another 6 books after this, or 5. So it's a big series, and you know, I am getting through it, but it's one of the biggest books I've ever had to read, really. You know, so you just think, goodness me, what's this story going to be about? But apparently, it's so good, and she's really enjoyed it. She doesn't want to finish it. Oh, excuse me, she doesn't want to finish it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that book. I am enjoying it. It's a bit of a slow burner, I think, but I've got to a point where I think, oh, right now it might take off. It's might beginning to get a little bit more interesting, I think. Yes, that's the book I'm reading. Television. We watched a film. It was on Disney, I think, called One. I think it was either called One More Goal, or yeah, One More Goal, or something like that. And it's about the American Samoan team. It's based on a true story. It's about the American Samoan team who were trying to qualify for the World Cup. And I think it was in the 80s or the late 80s, early 90s. And they let in 31 goals in this match. And then it's the story of them developing as a better team and getting a new manager. And it's a comedy, kind of light-hearted, nice comedy film. Yeah, so we watched that on Saturday, so that was good. So if you fancy a nice film, and it was a bit funny in places, we watched that. I enjoyed that, because you just seem to watch a lot of things, don't you? You seem to watch a lot of you know, crime, and sometimes it gets a bit depressing, doesn't it? You just want something a bit light-hearted. And that's why I thought, you know, with these books, because I have been, like I said in my last podcast, I've been reading a lot of crime and psychological thrillers, and I'm thinking, right, come on, let's get a nice book and read that. So that's why I thought I'll read that one. What else have we been watching? Oh, Race Across the World is starting tonight. We like that, and it's starting in Japan, and we're thinking of going to Japan next year, or the end of this year or next year. So we're looking forward to watching that. We like that. If you don't know what Race Across the World is, it's about these like teams of 2 people. There's about 5 teams, I think, and they start in one place, and they've got to get to a final destination. So this one is Japan to Indonesia. They've been across North America on the last one, and they don't have any phones, and they have a budget, and they have to get, and they can't fly, so they have to get from, like, say, Japan to Indonesia with no phones, and they have to work. So they're given like a book of, right, if you go to this place, these are looking for work and things like that. It's really, really good. And the teams, and it's just good to, you know, how the teams interact, and how, because sometimes they're like a father and a daughter, or brothers, or they're related somehow, husband and wife, just friends sometimes. The last one, I won't say it in case you've not watched it, but yeah, it's good. It's good. So we're looking forward to that tonight. I've been watching Alan Carr's Design Masters. I like that as well. That's good. Watched that last night. That was good. Yeah, so that's been it really. So like I said, I enjoyed going to my crochet along, my chat and craft catch up. That was nice. What else have we been doing? Oh, it was our anniversary, our 10th year anniversary on Friday, so we just went out for a nice meal. We were going to go to York, because that's where we went for our second date, but with the weather, it was forecast strong winds, and we were only going for the day, so probably if we'd have been stopping overnight we would have gone, but we were just going for the day, and then we were going out for a meal at the night, so we just ended up going into Manchester, which was nice. We walked around Manchester, that was nice. Yes, that's been it really. So I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. I'll try and link all the patterns that I've talked about down below. And yeah, and if you haven't, please subscribe to this little channel. Like I said last time, it is just, it's a hobby, and I just enjoy sharing, because like I say, I don't really have anybody in my life that crochets. I don't have friends. I have friends, but I don't have friends that crochet. I do have friends, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't have people in my life who crochet, so I don't get to share that. So this is my little sharing platform, if you like. So if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I shall see you next time. And thank you so much for joining me today. I shall speak to you soon. Have a lovely week. I'm hoping it'll be next week when I podcast again. Yeah, so have a lovely week, and we'll see what I've got next time. Bye, bye, bye.